News. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump, his daughter Ivanka, and sons Don Jr. and Eric want a judge in New York to stop House Democrats from getting their business records.
A federal lawsuit against Deutsche Bank and Capital One Bank in an attempt to block them from complying with congressional subpoenas. President Trump calling it another example of what he considers presidential harassment. But House Democrats say they are just performing their oversight duties.
That's Fox's Sean Lange with the special counsel done in the Mueller report and the deputy attorney general who oversaw the investigations on his way out. Rod Rosenstein, long rumored to be leaving, finally will May 11th. Next stop, Iowa for Joe Biden. 4 rallies in 2 days after the former VP turned Democratic presidential frontrunner kicked off his campaign in Pennsylvania.
If I'm going to be able to beat Donald Trump in 2020, it's going to happen here.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland is live in Pittsburgh.
Dave, Biden told a rally here he's the candidate to beat the president in 2020, but are Pennsylvanians on board? I spoke to a lifelong Democrat who switched in 2016. He said he's sticking with President Trump, saying, I don't think Trump has done a bad job. He gets negative stuff. Everyone just puts him down. But others here think Biden has a good chance at the White House. The former vice president appealed to unionized workers at the Teamster Temple, saying corporations are squeezing workers for their own gain. He also called for a $15 minimum wage. Dave.
Rachel, a terror plot thwarted in California. Mark Domingo arrested, accused of wanting to bomb a white nationalist rally.
Mr. Domingo is a former United States Army soldier who served in Afghanistan and is also a recent convert to Islam.
U.S. Attorney Nick Hanna. A call for a military uprising from Venezuela's opposition leader. Juan Guaido stood with soldiers at a Caracas air base. An afraid activist called for peaceful protests. A socialist leader called it a U.S. coup attempt, urging Venezuelans to rally to support the disputed President Maduro. This is Fox News.
All right, welcome to F-150 Radio. Call from Georgia. Chad, what's shaking in Macon?
I know the F-150 kicks butt and takes names.
Like how the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy F-150 thrashes the competition with best-in-class towing and torque?
Mm-hmm. Not surprised. Totally saw that coming.
Chad, how do you know so much about F-150 beating the competition?
I drive the competition. Got a 10-year lease.
Kind of embarrassing, huh?
Maybe I shouldn't advertise that fact on a national talk radio show.
Good call. The Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar.
Best-in-class claims with properly configured vehicles. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR based on Ford segmentation.
Now get a 2019 F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months. Only at your Ford dealer. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 0% APR financing for 72 months at $13.89 per month per thousand finance regardless of down payment. Program number 21038 on 2019 Ford F-150. Not available on Raptor. Residency restrictions apply. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 4/30/19. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
A funeral in California for the woman murdered in Saturday's synagogue shooting.
May peace prevail on the earth. That is the universal message of Lori and our household and of my daughter.
That's Howard Kay. His wife, Lori Gilbert Kay, was murdered at the synagogue. The 19-year-old suspect, John Earnest, will be due in court today. There's an attempt at bipartisanship at the White House later this morning.
Ahead of a meeting on infrastructure today with President Trump, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer are outlining goals for a massive investment.
It would be extraordinarily unfair to ask the middle class to shoulder the cost of an infrastructure bill.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says President Trump shares a passion for infrastructure upgrades.
It's vital for our country to repair our bridges, our roads, our airports, as well as our technology infrastructure.
But differences remain over how to pay for it and how to build climate-resilient structures. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
They wanted to recreate Woodstock.
This is the most outrageous spectacle I've ever witnessed, ever.
But a half-century after the famous 1969 concert and festival, the plan for a new one this summer fizzles.
First, ticket sales for Woodstock 50 were postponed. Now, the company that financed Woodstock 50 says the concert is canceled. Dentsu Aegis Network said in their statement and Billboard, despite our tremendous investment of time, effort, and commitment, we don't believe the production of the festival can be executed as an event worthy of the Woodstock brand name while also ensuring the health and safety of the artists, partners, and attendees. The 3-day music fest that was set for August 16th through the 18th was supposed to feature Jay-Z, Dead & Company, and The Killers, plus a host of others. According to the organizers of the festival, most of the artists have already been paid.
That's Michelle Polino. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Hey, good last day of April. Hey, look, it might rain. Hey, that's new.
Again.
Sarcasm. News brought to you by your 217 mortgage team at Illinois National Bank. How are the farmers out there?
Right. I haven't seen many planting
I don't know
because
if
of the
it's
wet conditions.
too wet. I have not seen my farmer friends out, and
That's
it's
right.
May. That's not
tomorrow.
Right, but yeah.
We usually see them out mid-April.
Any farmers out there?
359-2255.
Let me know. I don't think you're planting. It's too doggone wet.
Agreed.
What are you going to do? Nothing but wait. But I would get a little anxious myself on that one. News brought to you by 217 Mortgage Team, Illinois National Bank. When you plan to buy your next home, go with Justin Gensler and the 217 Mortgage Team at Illinois National Bank. Visit them at their new location, 217 South Neal in downtown Champaign. Here's Jamie.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Champaign County Crime Stoppers says it'll continue its gun bounty program. Anyone who calls with a tip on information leading to the arrest of someone who's used a gun in a felony crime gets the biggest reward of $1,000. WCIA says so far, the Champaign County Crime Stoppers says it's acquired 10 handguns, a semi-automatic rifle, and 2 shotguns. Leaders say the incentive has been effective. The idea came up after volunteers saw an increase in gun crimes in the area. Former Central Illinois Congressman and U.S. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood told state lawmakers on Monday the state needs to raise the motor fuel tax. The Illinois News Network says LaHood said, quote, Illinois is one big pothole right now. He says the money has to be spent on roads and bridges. And he said lawmakers would have to convince voters that the money would be spent on capital infrastructure and nothing else. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
It's time to call the 217 Mortgage Team at Illinois National Bank. Hi, this is Justin Gensler. At Illinois National Bank, we actually care about customer service, and we have time for you. Time to educate you about the process. Time to answer your questions, and we take time to update you on what's going on with your mortgage. I think it's time to call us, the 217 Mortgage Team at Illinois National Bank. 217-530-4351 or online at illinoisnationalbank.com.
Illinois National Bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 47721. Justin's NMLS number 611367.
Here's your weather. Brought to you by the Blossom Basket Floors, from simple to simply magnificent. 2 locations, Village at the Crossing, Champaign, Cunningham at Urbana, 367 Rose or blossombasket.com. Diane has the weather.
Wet conditions for us today. We've got an 80% chance of precipitation, high around 62, down to around 59 this evening. Temperatures not fluctuating much. Mild tomorrow with a high 74, expected down to 60. And we've got windy conditions, and again, a 70% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Rain in the forecast on Thursday with a high 73. Late showers on Friday. Showers possibly into the weekend, too. Right now, the temperature's at 51. ESPN 93.5.
Yeah, any word on planting? We're buzzing around here, and I don't have to put soybeans and corn in the ground, but I don't think there's anything going on. So I don't know. At some point, you got to get the corn in. Soybeans are always a little later, but certainly we hope and pray for our farmer friends who depend on their crops. Okay, 7:09. So, what did you think?
I saw Endgame, and it was fabulous.
Okay.
I got there just in time for the movie to start. I just sat on the end. I was about 5 rows from the screen. It was fine, and I have so many things to chat about, but we really can't for 2 weeks.
Oh, you have questions?
I mean, I just had thoughts.
Have you seen many of the Marvel?
Yes. And most of the ones where there were scenes that came up from the past.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody who's just fresh into this could figure it out.
You do?
I do.
You think it's a standalone? You won't get it as well.
Right.
You need to talk to Benjamin, because he's got this. He can tell you ins and outs. Christian as well. Mm-hmm. 2 of my kids really know this because of that domino thing. Mm-hmm. They can reference and say, this is why that happened.
I see.
Thanos did this, so that happened, kind of thing. Thanos, Josh Brolin's very good.
Yes.
I thought he's always... okay, again, we're talking all about Avengers Endgame, but we're really not talking about it.
Right.
We can't
We're
really
just mentioning it because we don't want to spoil anything.
And you can't, but as much as say you enjoyed it.
I did.
Okay. But you're not Avenger.
But again, my wheels are turning about some of my favorite scenes, but I really feel like I can't bring it up.
Yeah. But hold on, I got to go dark. Funny.
Very good. Okay. And, really enjoyed all the actors, but really funny on that part.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys have about a week to see it, and then it doesn't matter, because if you don't see it this week, if you don't see Avengers Endgame, #1 in the world, then we just will presume you don't really care.
Right.
And that's fine.
That's right.
We're just trying not to spoil it for those that are really fired up. And for whatever reason, that the ones that have really, really needed to see it have probably seen it.
There was this kind of how does it end feel to that Sixth Sense movie with Bruce Willis. Mm-hmm. And I was telling you, you couldn't mention what happened at the end because that was like the deal. And you're like, I don't remember that.
No, I don't. I see people. There's a famous quote from a movie, but
I see dead people.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't. I remember, but
that was the clue to the suspenseful
I don't think I've seen the movie.
I see.
I think I've seen parts of the movie.
Okay,
but those creepy thingies, I don't really don't go to. But I can't think of another movie. There's never been another movie this big, and certainly not with an ending you can't spoil. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't even cite a movie where. What happened? Where it's such a, don't say. What's a movie that you've seen that you don't want to know it's a spoiler at the end? I mean.
Well, you sort of got that feel with the latest Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Because there was a big character.
There's the Harry Potter stuff.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nothing this big. And Titanic, you knew what was going to happen. You didn't know how they were going to play out with the actors. But you knew they hit an iceberg, so there was, Apollo 13, one of my all-time favorites. You kind of knew it was happening.
Right, because you lived that in history.
But it was so darn good, and that suspense of them getting back into the atmosphere.
Yes.
You knew they did, but it felt like, yeah.
Right.
So, there's some of those you just know, but stuff like this that has so much anticipation. Mm-hmm. And it's just hard to get that thing. I mean, Lord of the Rings, I love Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if you go back, Christian said this last night, I don't think you're going to go back and watch many of these movies because it takes a long time.
Right.
This was over 3 hours.
I know.
Did the crowd clap?
No.
How many people were in your theater?
It was more than 3/4. Okay. It wasn't all the way full.
Monday. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't think there'd be
I saw the 5:30 show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good stuff.
All right. Well, there you go. We told you nothing except that you liked the movie.
And I thought about, should we do a picture of your ticket to win something? Or I noted a guy, Joshua Bell, and I wondered if you could find him in the credits and tell me what his, job was. The credits were so long.
Did you see all the digital people? All the digital?
I'd say over 1,000 people participated.
At least. So if you're in the production of something like that, do you stay for the credits and show your name? There I am!
There you go.
There I am.
Okay, look, you only got 2 seconds.
They do in alphabetical, so you can find your name if you work on the thing.
That's right.
But what do you do if you're digital guy number 940? What's your job?
I know.
You're not at the control with the mouse, right? You're
right.
I don't know.
So, and I like the music, and the music credits are always at the end, so.
Yeah.
Good stuff, though, for Endgame.
All right, so there you go. Avengers Endgame didn't tell you anything.
That's right.
Except that she saw it and liked it. Mm-hmm. And we saw it the first night, Thursday. Okay, Cubs were off. They'll play again coming up tonight. Cardinals in the nation's capital did quite well after it looked like Patrick Corbin, the starting pitcher for the Nationals, no-hit the Cardinals into the fourth. I mean, he was looking unhittable. And then the explosion by the Cardinals, I think, in the fifth inning.
That's right. That's where they got all their 6 runs.
Yeah.
6-3 was the final. Let's get our Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney in Washington, D.C., where last night the Cardinals were down 3-0 and then erupted for 6 runs in the fifth inning against Patrick Corbin. 5 of those, Ricky, came after 2 outs.
A big 2-run single by Marcell Ozuna was part of that rally. The Cardinals really worked it well. Matt Carpenter had almost a harmless 2-out walk, but the Cardinals offense just continued to keep the line moving after that to give Michael Wacha the victory.
Harrison Bader hit a home run for the first Cardinal run, then later made a great diving catch to help his pitching staff.
Bader's just an exciting player. Also had a bunt hit Jordan Hicks, also an exciting player, picked up save number 9.
How about Giovanni Gallegos with 2 innings of scoreless relief?
2 solid innings. You often forget about that middle guy that keeps the game where it's supposed to be. He retired all 6 batters he faced.
The Cardinals have won 3 in a row. They've won 8 of their last 9, and tonight we'll send Adam Wainwright to the mound against Anibal Sanchez, and we're on the air at 5:10 after a Cardinals 6-3 winner.
This season, take in a Cardinals game like an MVP. All-inclusive tickets are on sale now and feature a full buffet, complimentary bar, plus a great view of the game with lots of great areas to choose from, like the UMB Champions Club, Proficient Red Jacket Club, Coca-Cola Scoreboard Patio, and more. There's something for every budget. Leave your wallet at home and get your 2019 all-inclusive tickets now at cardinals.com/all-inclusive. St. Louis Cardinals, time to fly.
Well, I should text my sister Linda out in Seattle. Yeah. She's a big Mariners fan, and that's who the Cubs got in this interleague series.
And you know, the Mariners are tied for first. Seattle is tied for first with Houston in the American League, whatever that would be, the West.
Uh-huh.
So I think normally they're more Cub fans, but I think in this case, there's a lot of Seattle fans.
Right, that's true.
Playing well.
9:10 start, heard on US 105.9. Tim Anderson hit a couple of homers yesterday. Chicago White Sox over Baltimore 5-3 yesterday, and they've got that game on Chicago's South Side. 7:10 start today. Illinois baseball in action, taking on SIU. We are 28-14. Swept the series against the Salukis earlier this year. Our softball team hosting DePaul, they moved that game time up to 3 o'clock. I was also noting in Texas Tech, Chris Beard got a $4.75 million contract through the 24-25 season. We also have the NHL playoffs going on. Blues win yesterday 4-3. They take a 2-1 lead in that series. I wanted to kick with Kelly McClure as the STM volleyball coach, former Illini as Kelly Shore.
Yep.
And married to baseball player Brian McClure. Yep. So good family there, taking up the volleyball action there at the high school of St. Thomas More.
Yeah, Stan had done such a great job at STM, decided to go coach at home at Muhammad Seymour. So that's what Stan Bergman's doing. Kelly McClure was his assistant, and also Kelly led St. Matthews to an 8th grade championship, a state championship. So she's, all Big Ten player under Mike Hebert and Don Harden. A terrific player.
Yeah.
And she has a very talented daughter on the team.
Nice.
Anna as well.
All right.
So good luck to the
choice
McClures.
Of names, Kelly.
Yeah, no, she's perfect for the role. If she's been an assistant, the girls know her. Anyway, Kelly McClure, the new volleyball coach at STM.
Go Sabres.
They got a Alabama recruit coming back to lead the Sabres next year. So that's cool. Okay,
Cubs versus Cardinals, June 2nd.
Yeah, if you want to go, we have tickets, but they're selling. So if you want to come and join us June 2nd, it's a Sunday. It's a matinee at 1:20. We like the day games where we don't leave awfully early and we get back at a normal, reasonable time. And the tickets are $139. I'm in the process of trying to secure more suite tickets. Have not confirmed that, but we might have some more suite. We sold those out. But working with the Cardinals, they might allow me to get a few more.
I see.
For a Cub-Cardinal, always a sellout type of game. June 2nd, we leave from Health Alliance over at Carl at the Fields.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful new development. If you've not been out there,
I have. I ate at El Toro last week too.
My goodness.
Yeah, they've got a salon. They've got places to eat.
It's a new city popping up.
Unbelievable.
It is a new city. It extends from the Y. You can drive all the way out.
I know.
To Curtis Road.
Southwest Champaign is popping.
It's truly one of those you just blink and you go, what? Where did this all go? It's amazing. Weather brought to you by Watts Copy Systems, your local copier printer specialist in Champaign-Urbana for the past 35 years. WattsCopy.com.
We've got a high 62 expected, 59 our low tonight. The chance of precipitation at 80%. It all depends on when. They're trying to get that Illinois softball game in. Again, 3 o'clock start. They bumped it up. Scattered showers, windy conditions, high 74 tomorrow. 73 the high on Thursday with another rainy day ahead. Right now the temperature's at 52 on ESPN 93.5.
Fox Business Minute brought to you by Eric Boland of Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. Find Eric, Provident Financial Group, LLC.com. I am a little conflicted this morning. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said something I agreed with, and I'm really shaken.
Wow.
So stand by. It's about guns. Hold on. Oh, boy. I'm really nervous. 7:20.
From the Fox Business Network, General Electric was back to making money at the start of the year. Its earnings were stronger than expected. GE sold its locomotive business in the quarter. It also had a deal to sell its biotechnology business, and it settled a Justice Department investigation into its mortgage operation. GE was helped by its aviation business, oil and gas, and healthcare, but GE also says the Boeing 737 MAX plane presents a new risk because it is a partner in producing engines for those planes. Google's reporting its weakest growth since 2015. Its earnings for the start of the year were disappointing. It's dealing with competition as shoppers go right to Amazon for shopping instead of searching first. Pfizer and Merck reported better than expected earnings, but Eli Lilly's quarter was mixed. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
Mother's Day is around the corner, and it's a great time to give that Fox News fan in your life the greatest gift of all, Fox News gear. Go to shop.foxnews.com and use code RADIO at checkout for free shipping on your first order, now through May 12th. Fox News t-shirts, hats, mugs, backpacks, and so much more. That's shop.foxnews.com. And be sure to use code RADIO at checkout for free shipping on your first order, now through May 12th. Happy Mother's Day from Fox News Channel.
For Champaign-Urbana's best destination for cycling and home fitness, you got to think Durst Cycle. Family owned since 1935. Durst stands for quality. And coming up, a parking lot sales event Saturday, May 4th, 9 to 5 at the Champaign location on Mattis. New, used, and everything in between. Do not miss this. Durst Cycle, Saturday, May 4th, parking lot sales event, 1201 South Mattis in Champaign. Durst Cycle, amazing quality, amazing service.
Oh my, it's so cheesy. Yum. Super cheesy and so good. I absolutely love this cheese.
Hey, it's Shane from Rosati's here in Urbana. She's talking about our fresh cut cheese we use daily at Rosati's. Whether you need catering for your next event or gathering, or just looking for a quick, cheesy dinner option, make it Rosati's, 701 South Gregory in Urbana, or give us a call at 328-2334.
Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens. And they need people who can keep up. With the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
We alarm our houses. And we alarm our cars. But when it comes to your personal information, it can be tough to know when something isn't right. That's where Discover Card can help. Now, we'll send you an alert if we find your social security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And this service is free for card members. Just sign up online. It's our way of looking out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply.
Okay, Honda BMW, drivechampaign.com. That's where you go to get a vehicle, whether it's a BMW, whether it's a van from Honda, the SUV, you can get those from BMW as well. The pre-owned, you can get a pickup truck. You can get a Ford, a Chevy. I mean, they have all
even a van with 150,000 miles less than what you're in now. That was the case for me.
Yeah, and she's running good, right?
I love it. And the leather package and the Infinity speakers. I mean, I upgraded.
Yeah, you did.
And I had the cash at the time. Just
done.
Paid it all out.
That's how you buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
Diane's the smartest one in the room
there
here.
You go.
Honda BMW, drivechampaign.com, a President's Award-winning dealership. It is awesome how they treat people, the service. They get it right the first time. Go in sometime. Ben Quattrone is the man. You got Craig and Honda, Kenny over at BW. They're just, I haven't been over in a week or so. I'll have to get over because I just kind of walked the floor. There goes, and what's he doing? I don't know. There are 2 Civics I think we're looking at here for Christian and Benjamin coming up here.
Well, and if you have a graduate who's going to be going into the real world soon, this is a great place to get that first vehicle.
Well, what if you said as a present we'll pay 6 months of it, or because you can get, if you pay $1,000 down on a Civic, you can probably get the payment under $200.
Nice.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
That's great.
It's Honda BMW. DriveChampaign.com. DriveChampaign.com. So over the weekend, we had how many shootings? They're becoming so routine that it's almost like, okay, yeah, there was a synagogue, and the church in, where was it, Baltimore yesterday? It's almost like, oh, another one, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've become desensitized to some extent because now they have to be really bad shootings to really get talking about it. And then we all wrestle with, well, what do we do about it, right? I mean,
Right.
it's how do you possibly stop this? And then the left and the right go at it, right? You can't suggest anything because then that starts the dripping faucet and you're going to ask for everything. That's the thinking. You get on the slippery slope of gun control, and then all of a sudden, there you go, you took all my guns. Well, firstly, that'll never happen. This country was set up with the Second Amendment firmly in place. The weapons are for me to protect against the government. That was the whole premise. This is a country for the people, of the people, by the people, and we have weapons to prevent the totalitarian from taking over in an authoritarian dictatorial way. So that's the purpose of the Second Amendment. So then the guns are never going away. The question is, we used to have, 100 million people in this country. Now there's 330 million, and we had 100 million people. We had X number that had mental issues and mentally ill and sicko and heard things, and now you exasperate it because the population gets bigger, so you have more crazy people.
Right. And the video game is an element, too, to me.
Well, you've got that, but the susceptibility of having this weakness of something going on in your brain. Right. The synapses are not synapsing. Something's going on where you don't hear it the same. You don't see it the same. You have a broken home. There's a lot of factors.
Antisocial.
Everything.
You don't get out much. You have lots of screen time.
You're
all
susceptible to it because somebody else is bipolar. Listen, there are more mentally ill and mentally challenged people in this country than we'll ever know.
That's right.
People that you go to a Cardinal game. Take a lap around Busch Stadium and count how many people are just walking, talking to themselves. It's just not right. 2 or 3 at 9 in the morning when I was broadcasting there. And you're going, whoa, what do you do?
Right.
What do you do with that one? He's talking to himself again. I don't know. I would, as president, take way more money and allocate it toward mental illness. And then you got to be careful that you don't typecast somebody who has a problem and you can't grab them against their will and all these other things. I get all that. I understand the stigma. But then AOC comes out and starts talking about gun stuff.
That's right.
And may I be very honest, when they say expanded background checks or something, I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't think anybody ought to be able to walk to a counter and just buy a gun. Can you do that? Can I just go to the counter and buy a gun? I think background checks are a good idea. I don't think you ought to be able to go to a gun show and buy a gun. I don't know why you would. Well, it's my second. Okay, you can get a gun. Just do the FOID card. Let's do a little checking on you to see if you're good. People that have had mental illness should not have a gun. And that's probably against the NRA too. See, I throw curveballs at you all the time. You think I'm something I'm not. When I'm for all the dreamers. I'm for kind of incorporating that. I'm for a wall. I'm for keeping people out that don't belong, that haven't filled out the paper.
Following the rules.
I just think you have to do some common sense. You're not going to deport 11 million Hispanics or 15 million or 20 million or whatever the number nobody knows is, but let's stop the sieve. Let's stop the bleeding with all this coming in now. Secure the border, but incorporate and let them have a process of citizenship. So that's not a very conservative view.
So AOC's tweet says, heartbroken to hear of San Diego synagogue shooting, particularly so on this final day of Passover. We have responsibility to love plus protect our neighbors. The longer Senate delays holding a vote on H.R. 8, the more we put Americans at risk.
And I think that's expanded background checks and stuff. And I know what the thinking is. Well, you're going to take away my AR-15, then you're going to take everything away. And don't be starting that. I get those conversations. As far as a machine gun, I don't know why you need that. I don't know why you need a bump stock. I don't know why you need all that. Mm-hmm. I totally am for the Second Amendment. You can keep and bear arms. You can do secure concealed carry, you just be trained and all that stuff. I'm for that, but I'm conflicted because apparently I'm okay with something Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said.
Well, this opinion article goes on to say the Congresswoman's tweet is a lousy, self-promoting response, and then it goes into all these reasons.
Well, gun control won't stop this, but certainly expanded background checks can't be. Is it? I don't know. You may text to help me, 359-2255 with anything I just said.
Well said, Stevie, from Jim.
Okay. I don't know. It's weird, though. Ugh.
359-2255.
Okay, back in a moment. Let me know, 359-2255. I am Stevie J. That is Diane Ducey. It is 7:30.
Fox News. I'm Lillian Wu. Former Vice President Joe Biden makes his case to voters in Iowa the day after pitches during a Pittsburgh rally where he described himself as a union man, saying he worked hard to help GM survive during his time in the White House.
The second they hit hard times, what'd they do? They closed plants. They announced they're going to lay off or transfer 14,000 workers.
In the wake of that rally, the president tweeting about the low jobless rate in Pittsburgh. The Venezuelan opposition leaders calling for a military uprising.
Buenos días. In a video on his Twitter account, Juan Guaido, flanked by a group of heavily armed men in military uniforms, saying he has begun the final phase of his plan to oust Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. But the Maduro regime is defiant.
Fox's Simon Owen. Maduro supporters are being called to the palace. This is Fox News.
ESPN 93.5. We got some texts we're going to talk about coming up here in just a couple of moments. 359-2255. Local news brought to you by your 217 mortgage team at Illinois National Bank. When you plan to buy your next home, go with Justin Gensler and the 217 mortgage team at Illinois National Bank. Visit them at their new location, 217 South Neal in downtown Champaign. Here's Jamie.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Champaign County Courthouse is getting new lockers for visitors. The county's facilities director has ordered 24 lockers that'll be installed next to the parking pay station. This is on the east side of the courthouse. They'll be ready to use in about a month. Users will put in a quarter, put the items in, turn the key, lock the locker, then take the key with them. The Champaign County Sheriff a month ago had said he planned to suspend the use of lockers in the lobby of the sheriff's office as of May 1st because of safety reasons. He agreed to let those lockers be used until these new ones go in. Champaign County Crime Stoppers is looking for nominations for the Dave Benton Crime Fighter Award. They'll take nominations until June 1st. They're looking for someone who's involved in an activity or program to help to stop a crime. For more information, go to 373tips.com. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
It's time. Time to call the 217 mortgage team at Illinois National Bank. Hi, this is Justin Gensler. At Illinois National Bank, we actually care about customer service, and we have time for you. Time to educate you about the process. Time to answer your questions, and we take time to update you on what's going on with your mortgage. I think it's time to call us, the 217 mortgage team at Illinois National Bank. 217-530-4351. We're online at IllinoisNationalBank.com.
Illinois National Bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 47721. Justin's NMLS number 611367.
All right, here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
There's a chance for showers and thunderstorms. Breezy. Today's high 62. Temperatures not fluctuating much. Down to 58 this evening. 74 the high tomorrow. Scattered showers, thunderstorms, windy conditions. 60 our low in the evening Wednesday night. What a first day of May. Mild conditions. That continues into Thursday with a high 73, down to around 47. 80% chance of thunderstorms. Right now the temperature's at 51. ESPN 93.5.
Okay, 359-2255. I was talking about guns and shootings and how maybe we're getting even more desensitized to yet another horrific event that happens, well, far too frequently. I mean, how often do we see a shooting developing, shooting at something developing? All these stories that flash across our phones and our screens, and you're going, where's this and how many this time? Oh, just 6? Okay. Oh, 4 injured and 1 Oh, that's too bad. Okay.
Right,
What's for dinner?
Yep.
Because it's so common.
Mm-hmm.
So then you say, well, what do we do? Well, you can't take the guns away. So let's all agree that ain't happening. That's a civil war. You won't have it. You can't go take them. So let's mark the take the guns away part off, because this is a country built on the First Amendment, Second Amendment, some of the key amendments. Free speech and let me have my guns. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to live with the 500 million guns are out there. Then the question is, well, what would laws do anyway? What's happening in Chicago? What's happening in Champaign-Urbana? I mean, in some of these shootings, you think they're lawfully owned by a FOID card carrier?
That's right.
No. Do you think that all the people that drive without a license still drive? Yeah, of course, because they drive without a license. Yeah. We hear multiple offenses like that. So sometimes people don't follow the laws. So then what do? Well, then you say, well, we'll get really strict. Well, then you end up with more minorities and ethnic groups targeted. You're just targeting because they're unfortunate upbringing. So you have so many things that you're trying to deal with when you're trying to figure out how to stop this. And I think that with all the incredible complexity of the broken home and the lack of leadership and the lack of morals and values, pushing God out of our life, all these things factor in to a really bad underbelly of the country that deals a lot in sex, drugs, some bad illegal things. And then they all have guns to protect their stuff because there's a lot of cash running around. And so you have illegal weapons. So the laws don't mean anything. In Chicago, which has strict gun laws, it doesn't really matter, does it? So then you say, okay, at what level can we help? I mean, certainly maybe we could figure out a little bit of the mental illness, because some people with guns, they certainly get them legally. I think there was a recent shooting where the woman, I guess, that was going to Colorado on the anniversary of Columbine had legally purchased a gun and was out there and was fascinated with Columbine. She ended up shooting herself, I think. Mm-hmm. And it was the police amazingly were on that and figured it out based on New Jersey to Colorado, and they communicated with law enforcement. So maybe we can do a little bit. Maybe background checks aren't a bad thing, because if you're good, you'll get your gun anyway. And I don't know about the AR-15 or what are they, 45. I'm not real versed in the guns, but some of the automatic weapons, I don't know why we'd need it. But again, I understand the slippery slope argument as well. All right, 359-2255, what do the texters say?
The question I have on background checks for mental illness is, who decides what a mental illness is? And will that definition change if crime doesn't stop?
I mean, is talking to somebody mental illness? No. You
mean talking to yourself?
Well, talking to a counselor.
Okay.
If you are under medication ever, is that mental? Right. I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't think so.
You don't want to make that part of it, because we're glad people are getting help.
Maybe you've had to be institutionalized or hospitalized more than twice. Okay? That's probably something going on there that's recurring. I think people can be allowed a tough time, a blip. I think those are just hiccups. I think sometimes we all have bumps that we go through, and sometimes talking to people and even taking something to help our anxiety, all these things, that's not mental illness. That's somebody that's getting through a tough patch.
Right. And if they have post-traumatic stress disorder, you don't want to discourage getting help.
No, listen, I think and you don't want to stereotype, but you can probably on the street see people and look at them and say something's wrong. Mm-hmm. And it's not discriminating against anything. They're just not right. They don't look healthy. They're talking to themselves. They're shaking their head back and forth. They're looking up. They're just, what do you do with them? Mm-hmm. Most of the jails are full of mental illness. Mm-hmm. I bet half our county jails full of mental illness. What do you do with them? Where are you going to take them? What do you got? You don't have any facility like that.
And these days, you don't show compassion and be friendly and stuff.
But they don't need friends. They need help. They need help. Because sometimes you need to avoid because it might be dangerous.
Right.
So you can't just go up and say, let me put my arm around you, that'll fix it. It's way deeper. You have got to get some professional people that in some cases do have to give medication. And certainly you've got to help them, and probably a whole lot of them can't go on the streets. They need to be somewhere and get treatment. We don't have that place. We don't have that kind of resource or haven't allocated toward that, because I believe that mental illness affects far more than the stats say.
Well, and that plays into this next text. First, you have to define what mental illness is. If you once had a prescription for an anxiety medicine 20 years ago, are you mentally ill?
I just said 2 times in. Let's say you're hospitalized more than 2 times in and out of a facility that tries to help you. And you have a history of whatever, schizophrenia or whatever it is. You have it documented by PhDs, smart, all the professionals agree, and you've had this. In other words, it's like your fifth offense on DUI. So we're not going to talk about anxiety medication 20 years ago. No. Mental illness is something that has been recurring for decades. You've been in and out. Now, how do you catch a young person that just have a problem in the first year?
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I didn't say it was easy.
Okay, a few more. Gary and Muhammad. Stevie, I'm so tired of hearing about the quote-unquote gun show loophole. I've been to numerous gun shows in my lifetime, and the dealers are absolutely obeying the laws.
Okay.
It's the private sellers who show up and sell things in the parking lot.
No, that's not
the problem.
You don't do that.
Wow.
Give me a break.
I didn't even know that was
I
happening.
didn't know. See, I don't know.
Right.
But you certainly don't sell it out of your trunk. You got to know that's wrong.
But I mean, their clientele is right there.
Well, but you don't know anything about them.
But
that to me should be. I would crack down on the car trunk sale. I mean, come on.
Well, and I'm hearing a story about a gal whose husband passed away, and he was a gun collector, and she didn't want all these guns in the house anymore.
So you properly take them to wherever you take things like that. You don't sell them out of the trunk of your car or the garage of your house.
Right.
This is too important. It's like, here's a bomb. All you do is you light this fuse.
I know.
What are you doing?
I know. So there are already federal background checks to purchase firearms.
Okay.
Automatic weapons are already illegal. Most people have never gone through the process of purchasing a firearm. They would be surprised at how stringent it is.
And that's what I would think. And I'm very serious. I think Benjamin already applied for a FOID card. I think I am too. Because I just think it probably ought to be okay with how to handle something like that. But I'm all about training and making sure that you know how to handle if you do have a gun. But the bottom line is this: it is probably a really unsolvable deal. It's a country based on Judeo-Christian ethics and morals and values. God is not as big a part of this country as it once was. I think that hurts us. I think the further we move from God, the worse this country gets. That's my belief. And this problem is not going away. It's like, try not to get hurt out there.
Right.
359-2255. You want to chime in? ESPN 93.5, 742.
You have heard lions and tigers and bears, oh my. But what about dandelion, creeping Charlie, and crabgrass, oh my? These weeds can be destructive forces on your lawn. When figuring out the troublesome weeds, you need a respectable company that will give you the attention it needs. Spring Green is that company. Spring Green's lawn service program includes personalized lawn care, a mid-season checkup, and a civilized and transparent process. To check it out, go to spring-green.com or call 359-2111.
At Honda BMW, they believe in letting you make the choice when you're ready. And now you don't even need to come into their award-winning dealership to buy your car if you don't want to. Just go to drivechampagne.com. Click on the type of vehicle you're interested in and look to the right-hand side of the page. It says Express Purchase. That means you can buy a car on your computer right now, only at the award-winning Honda BMW Express Purchase. Go to drivechampagne.com.
Spring is here and it's time to golf at Stone Creek. My name is Becky Beach and I'm the PGA golf professional at Stone Creek Golf Club. This year we are celebrating our 20th anniversary with golf course and golf shop specials. Please stop by our fully stocked golf shop for all of your Stone Creek and Fighting Illini apparel. To reserve a tee time for our championship golf course, please call us at 217-367-3000 or book a tee time online at stonecreekgolfclub.com. We look forward to seeing you during our 20th anniversary celebration. See you soon.
Hey, I'm Joel Kuski with Kuski Landscaping. I believe our business is all about you and your unique needs. So I'm someone you can count on to take care of your yard, your new pergola, your backyard patio, or even a swimming pool. Okay, I can promise you that you can count on me to be there for you. We've built our business on the principles of trust and integrity, and I know you wouldn't want it any other way. Okay, I'm Joel Kuski. Please connect with me at Kuski.com. That's KOUSKI.com.
Spilled your red wine? Quick, the Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker and is 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand, so you can get back on track quicker. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
As you drive to your vacation destination, you are assured of a trip filled with great memories of your adventures. That's because you came to Midas for a road trip pre-check. Dave and his crew in Urbana inspected and repaired your vehicle in advance for brakes that stop, a transmission that keeps you going, shock absorbers and struts for a smooth ride, an engine tuned for your best mileage and power, and the air conditioning to keep it cool. Nothing beats a secure feeling you get from Midas Tire and Auto in Urbana. Enjoy the scenery and family time knowing that Midas is with you all the way.
Let's take a look in at the Schilling family.
If I hear one more drip, I will lose my mind, honey. Fix it.
I'm working on it. Give me a break. This is an easy fix. Trust me.
Don't you think our roof has had enough breaks?
Uh-oh. Had another break in the roof.
Fine, that's it. I am going online at freedomchampagne.com to get the real pros at Freedom Roofing. They won't even charge us for an inspection or a quote.
Okay, 217 texter, don't confuse mental illness with pure evil. Oftentimes there's a case of extreme violence, maybe against kids, and everyone says, how can someone do that? They must be mentally ill. Sometimes you can't comprehend the evil inside of someone. That's very true. Yeah.
It's true. Here's Dave's comment. How do you not profile? Something that came up in our discussion. Andrew says, no one needs a car that goes 160 either, but we sell those. That's how I see semi-automatic rifles. They're used for shooting competitions, target shooting, some used for hunting. Here's a comment saying a lot of politicians who are advocating for any sort of gun control and talking about senseless violence would have a better time convincing people if they were not turning around and praising abortion and post-birth abortion. So here's another one. I was put in Carl Pavilion when I was 14 by my parents for quote-unquote behavioral issues 30 years ago, and I still can't get a FOID card.
Wow.
They took it away from me, and they have denied it ever since.
Because of one time when you're 14. I don't think that's right.
He got his FOID card before he was 10 years old.
So they took it away because of the 14-year-old whatever
behavioral issues.
Yeah, but if he hasn't had problems in 30 years, I don't think I think people have stuff. I just think that we know the recurring thing is that's an ongoing issue. And sometimes you battle it your whole life. You have you have all the diagnoses that tell you this is going to be an issue for you for whatever reason. And so you're good, you're doing well, and then you're bad. And then you're really good again, and then you're bad, and you have to go to the hospital. And then that's a problem. But one time, 30 years, no, that's not a mental illness.
And then Larry says a lot of subjects that you discuss on your station are very valid, but just my opinion, I think every negative story like a shooting, you should put an energy and positive story about local organizations helping our community so people get more energized and excited about helping our community.
We do that a lot. We put a lot of good stuff on, don't we?
Exactly.
I think so. All right, appreciate all that. 359-2255. I want to chime in. Yep.
Larry's a Cardinal fan, too, and the Cardinals win yesterday. The final was 6-3. That makes it winning 3 straight. The fifth inning was a hot one for our Cardinals, and Micah Waka got the start and win. 6:05, you'll hear the action against the Washington Nationals again here on your home for the Cardinals, ESPN 93.5. On US 105.9, a late game, 9:10 start, as the Cubs are in Seattle to take on Mariners in that interleague series. Chicago White Sox hosting Baltimore, 7:10 start tonight after beating the Orioles yesterday 5-3. Texas Tech has a deal now with Chris Beard, $4.75 million through the 24-25 season. We had NHL action with the Blues over Dallas 4-3. Blues lead that series 2-1. And Kelly McClure is the new STM volleyball coach, former Illini volleyball player, and married to Brian, a former Illini baseball player.
Good story with
go
the McClures.
Illini.
You betcha. And go Kelly McClure. All right, 749 ESPN 93.5. Hey, last day to get this scholarship, CRA scholarship into Busey. Busey's CRA scholarships. Last day is today, but you can still get it done. It's $1,000. Tuition, fees, books, supplies. It's awarded all over the place, including Champaign County. You have to meet financial need, be a high school graduate or equivalent, be enrolled or eligible for admission. as a degree candidate. Busey does so much. There were so many volunteers for the Christie Clinic Illinois Marathon. Here are Busey volunteers all over Memorial Stadiums for their youth run. These are volunteers that they just help the community. To apply for Busey's CRA, that's Community Reinvestment Scholarship, to apply for this, go to Busey.com today. Search Community Reinvestment Act scholarships. Deadline's today. It's $1,000. Why not? Won't take you long. Fulfilling dreams since 1868, Busey knows the importance of a lasting promise. From its Money Smart Youth program to the Community Reinvestment Act scholarships and beyond, Busey, humbled to help children of all ages pursue their dreams. Visit Busey.com today to explore both programs. Member FDIC. Tuesdays, we like talking pets, doggies and cats. Dr. Todd Likens, the pet pro. He's at Madison Kirby in Champaign, also location next to the police station in Muhammad. How are you, my friend?
I'm a little tired this morning. I bet some of my other listeners are today, too. Seems we had some thunderstorms last night.
What happens to doggies and thunderstorms? And what is my dog? We used to have Troy, the German Shepherd, King of Philo, when we were growing up, a German Shepherd that chased thunder. And that was back when dogs lived outside. And it was just chasing thunder all over the place.
I see.
So what do we do with doggies that struggle during storms, Dr. Todd?
Well, we got some options here. The new product, which is the one I use on I had 3 of my dogs woke me up about 3:00. But we have the newest product is a gel that you put it on the inside on the cheek, and it works real fast and calms them down. It actually works pretty well for my guys. But the older remedies like giving them tranquilizers work, but it takes a while to kick in. But on a day like this, when you're going to have thunderstorms all day, it's got a longevity to it, so it lasts that way. And then there's the other over-the-counter products, non-drugs, like Thunder Shirts and things like that you can try. I get mixed reviews on those. Some people say those work well, others say they don't.
Well, it's definitely a thing for some doggies. What do they hear? What is the problem with thunderstorms, you think?
I think it's the electromagnetic fields, some dogs have got to be more sensitive to it. There's probably some hearing element to it, too, when you get those loud booms.
Because they hear so much more than we hear, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It may hurt their ears. Some dogs definitely seem to be more sensitive to it. Because I had others last night that were still out cold, but the 3 I had were racing around, banging on doors, having a good time, getting nervous.
I see. I hear about this around the 4th of July, too, Todd. And some people suggest playing some classic rock and that has a good beat to it to just kind of distract them from that booming show.
Exactly. You can go ahead and distract them with stuff like that. They talk about playing ball. I wasn't really up for that at 3 this morning.
Right.
That's right. Well,
playing ball, feeding, things like that.
Sometimes when I leave at night and not supposed to be gone because the schedule's off and they look at their doggy watches and they don't understand, I'll turn on ESPN 93.5 and leave that in the background. Is it because they like sports or they hear my voice a lot of times on the station that helps them? Because they come back and they're fine.
Yeah. Have you seen these new devices where you can actually talk to your dog, through the intercom type things through your phone, and it's got a little device you put on the wall and talk to your dog at home.
That's
cameras
awesome.
so you can see what they're doing.
I have seen the camera. They don't know. We just say, breaker, Charlie, get off that couch.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have with Humane Society. Let's talk about that. What's going on?
Yeah, I want to bring that up this weekend. It's kind of a fun fundraiser. They're out, I think it's in Savoy this year.
Yes,
they're
at Colbert Park.
Yep.
On Sunday, May 5th from 4 to 7.
Yep, and there's the walk. There's all sorts of doggy activities, and there's a craft brewing that's going to be out there. But kind of a fun event. It's still plenty of time. You just go to their website and you can register for it still.
Okay, it's called the Mutt Strut.
The Mutt Strut. And
yep.
Pints for Pups, too, with the Triptych Brewing also in on this.
Yep.
Food truck vendors, cool prizes. The top fundraising prize, your dog has a picture of himself on the label of Triptych beer.
Hey, can't get better than that.
I love that idea.
I can see Charlie on a label. Maybe he'll go out. Charlie. Maybe Snow Bear. I don't care about Charlie.
Well, okay. Say Bruce.
There we go.
You didn't say Bruce.
I know. He's on his good graces today, so he's not in trouble.
I'm telling you what.
Generally, I call him Bruce when he's in trouble.
Well, no, he's hot because you didn't say he's on the cover of a beer bottle. That's okay.
Yeah, He's awake now. He's talking about it.
Yeah, he is. Okay, Dr. Todd Likens, how do people find you?
Hey, we're pretty easy to find. You can come in at Kirby and Manus or by the police station, Muhammad, 586-PETS, 355-PETS, or petpro.biz, and send me an email.
Whatever happened to Mufasa?
Mufasa. Ooh, Mufasa's in St. Louis, I think. He's retired. He's got a swimming pool. He's living the good life. Last I saw.
I don't get any letters. I don't hear from Mufasa.
Yeah, I think you got a better offer, Stevie.
I know it. Hey, buddy, talk to you.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you, Dr. Todd Likens, the Pet Pro.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Mufasa was a dog I named because of his demeanor, and the dog would lean back like the shoulders
and
back,
puff his chest out,
and look out at Todd, saying, "Do you hear what he's calling me?"
Right.
And dug it, and I really like that dog. And I got 3 dogs. I can't do more.
Right.
I got come over to my house, and
I got a hair in my mouth,
dog hair in your mouth, and wear your black pants.
Exactly.
Coming up on Saturday, I'm planning to stop by. This will be really, really fun. I love the Durst family. This is big time. You could buy a bicycle at a big box store, but how long will it last? Will it fit properly? Will it be safe? At Durst Cycle, they only deal with quality. And if you'll visit them Saturday, May 4th at the Durst Cycle location in Champaign, you can take advantage of the parking lot sales event. You're going to get quality, unbelievable prices. Durst Cycle, since 1935. Their parking lot sales event is Saturday, May 4th from 9 to 5. Durst Cycle, 1201 South Mattis in Champaign.
Spilled your red wine? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker and is 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand, so you can get back on track quicker. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
All right, 757, 359, 2255. We've been talking, well, I was saying I was conflicted a half an hour ago because AOC, massively leftist from Harlem, said something about background checks that I agreed with, and I'm conflicted because I haven't agreed with anything she's ever said. Except maybe it's time to have lunch or something like that. She's probably said to people, but nothing. So then I'm going, what's happening? What's happening?
So that's what triggered this.
Yeah, and I just said, listen,
so many people involved.
Well, I'm okay with it. And then somebody said, well, you've been to the gun show. They're very careful. They don't do it. Some guys sell it out of their trunk in the parking lot, which is so wrong.
Right.
That's just ridiculous, and I'd hammer them on the law.
So Jason is saying we require CDL drivers to get a medical card to be able to drive a semi. Why can't we require a person who's been diagnosed with something similar yearly from a mental health professional in order to keep their void card?
What's the process, though? I mean, you got to go in and be evaluated every year.
Right.
I don't think we want that. But listen, we're all trying to spill ideas that could click, and I mean, but defining what mental illness is, it's not a hiccup, it's not a blip, it's not a one-time deal, it's just an ongoing. And I believe, and then you're talking about young kids that are struggling, what's ongoing for a younger person. There are just no absolutes here. It's just trying to figure stuff out to lessen the incidents that occur far too often right now. Okay, later today, we will be at the iHotel at 5 o'clock. If you've got it's going to be kind of a rainy day. Come on out. I got 20% off at Houlihan's. And we have a live show tonight, right?
Yes, Tom Cortez is on stage. 5:30 to 7:30 on Tuesdays. They have this lovely Live in the Lounge act.
Houlihan's has, I'm debating. I'm going to eat there, but is it steak? Do I do the wedge salad?
So many delicious options.
What are you recommending?
And the happy apps between 4 and 6 daily, and half-price bottle of wine on Tuesday.
Oh, that's tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to go to Houlihan's restaurant, I think a lot of the Stevie J Travel Spring Show people will be there.
Yes.
So it'll be a party. We have our little party.
Exactly.
So if you want to
5 o'clock for the show, though.
Yeah, 5 o'clock for the show. It's free. We're going to talk about all these exciting places we're visiting, including the Passion Play in Oberammergau, but we got Hawaii and Alaska and the Rhine River.
Nice.
Come on out, but then go to Houlihan's Restaurant. It's across from the State Farm Center. That's where we'll be. And again, we're all eating at Houlihan's. I shouldn't include everybody. We're eating at Houlihan's. Our family's going to be there. And we're
Me too.
You're coming?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Houlihan's Restaurant. Say hey to Sam. I'll see him tonight. Can't wait to talk to him.
My husband has traveled to Oberammergau and didn't see the Passion Play, but really interested in this trip in June 2020.
Yep, coming up. Okay, again, Houlihan's Restaurant.
Yes,
Across
just
the
south
State
of the
Farm
State
Center.
Farm Center.
Yeah, love it, and we'll be there tonight. ESPN 93.5, we'll be back. You're listening to WSJK, ESPN 93.5, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
A lawsuit to stop subpoenas. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It's a new way for President Trump to keep his business records away from House Democrats. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
President Trump and his children are suing Deutsche Bank and Capital One in an effort to prevent them from providing financial records requested through congressional subpoenas. The lawsuit filed in a federal district court in New York is asking the court to declare the subpoenas invalid and prevent the banks, which are major lenders to the Trump Organization, from complying with the orders. The chairs of the House Financial Services and Intelligence Committees, Maxine Waters and Adam Schiff, said in a joint statement the lawsuit is meritless. Dave?
John, next hour, the president will meet with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer to talk about upgrades to infrastructure like roads, bridges, and airports. But Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says immigration may be discussed.
It's a major problem in this country, and so far Democrats have refused to acknowledge it and address it.
Democrats blame Trump policies for the surge of migrants at the border. The president now wants an asylum overhaul, a fee, and faster processing of claims, barring asylum seekers from working in the U.S. until the claim's considered. In Venezuela, gunshots and tear gas in the streets after the opposition leader Juan Guaido called for a military uprising. An ally for disputed President Maduro calls it a U.S.-backed coup. Fox's Kevin Corke at the White House says an administration official told him,
"This is really about Russia and Iran doing all they can to maintain the status quo. They're backing Maduro." He also added that China has a hand in this. They really just want to be on the winning team. They don't care if it's Guaido or Maduro. But for now, it is Maduro still the incumbent.
The accused gunman in Saturday's synagogue shooting spree in California will be in court the day after the funeral for the one person murdered, Lori Gilbert Kay.
May peace prevail on the earth.
That's her husband, Dr. Howard Kay, who fainted trying to perform CPR after she was shot. This is Fox News.
All right, welcome to F-150 Radio. Call from Georgia. Chad, what's shaking in Macon?
I know the F-150 kicks butt and takes names.
Like how the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy F-150 thrashes the competition with best-in-class towing and torque?
Mm-hmm. Not surprised. Totally saw that coming.
Chad, how do you know so much about F-150 beating the competition?
I drive the competition. Got a 10-year lease.
Kind of embarrassing, huh?
Maybe I shouldn't advertise that fact on a national talk radio show.
Good call. The Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar.
Best-in-class claims with properly configured vehicles. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds. GVWR based on Ford segmentation.
Now get a 2019 F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months. Only at your Ford dealer. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 0% APR financing for 72 months at $13.89 per month per thousand finance regardless of down payment. Program number 21038 on 2019 Ford F-150. Not available on Raptor. Residency restrictions apply. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 4/30/19. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
More than a week after suicide bombings rocked Sri Lanka on Easter Sunday, killing more than 250 people, a cabinet minister says they have intelligence the terrorist group behind the attacks could strike again. Suspects are still at large. The U.S. Army veteran who served in Afghanistan, Mark Domingo, in custody in California, accused of plotting to bomb a white nationalist rally last weekend.
The defendant expressed a desire to retaliate for the New Zealand attack.
That's FBI Special Agent Ryan Young. A rare change at the top in Japan before President Trump visits next month.
In a somber ceremony at Japan's Imperial Palace, Emperor Akihito formally announcing his abdication. In his final public address before stepping down, the 85-year-old, who's been Japan's head of state for 30 years, thanking the public and saying he prays for peace. Akihito is the first Japanese emperor to abdicate in more than 200 years, but he says he's struggling with ill health. His eldest son, Naruhito, takes over tomorrow. Simon Owen, Fox News.
You may recall the so-called affluenza teen who initially avoided jail time in Texas after a drunk driving crash that left 4 people dead. Well, his mother's in trouble again.
Tanya Couch is still awaiting trial on charges relating to helping her son Ethan escape to Mexico in 2015.
She's been in and out of jail over the past year after violating terms of her release. This time, she failed a urine test. Couch and her son drew national attention after a psychologist claimed Ethan suffered from affluenza, meaning he didn't know right from wrong because of his affluent upbringing and dysfunctional parents. And the judge went easy on him, sentencing him to a rehab facility instead of prison. Ethan was released from jail last year after finishing a 2-year sentence for violating his probation. Tom Regani, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed ahead of the opening bell this hour. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Champaign County Crime Stoppers says it'll continue its gun bounty program. Anyone who calls with a tip on information leading to the arrest of someone who's used a gun in a felony crime gets the biggest reward of $1,000. WCIA says so far the Champaign County Crime Stoppers says it's acquired 10 handguns, a semi-automatic rifle, and 2 shotguns. Leaders say the incentive has been effective. The idea came up after volunteers saw an increase in gun crimes in the area. Former Central Illinois Congressman and U.S. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood told state lawmakers on Monday the state needs to raise the motor fuel tax. The Illinois News Network says LaHood said, quote, Illinois is one big pothole right now. He says the money has to be spent on roads and bridges. And he said lawmakers would have to convince voters that the money would be spent on capital infrastructure and nothing else. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Hi, it's Stevie J with Stevie J Travel, inviting you to join us for our trip to Munich, Salzburg, Vienna, and the Oberammergau Passion Play in June of 2020. It's a once-in-a-lifetime trip, and tickets are going fast. Join Mary Beth Karasik for this incredible trip and enjoy the Passion Play in Oberammergau, performed just once every 10 years since the 1600s. You can learn more about this trip at the Stevie J Travel Spring Travel Show, Tuesday, April 30th at 5 p.m. at the iHotel Conference Center. You'll have a chance to win door prizes, and I'll get you 20% off your dinner at Houlihan's after the show. All of the details for Oberammergau and our trips to Alaska, the Rhine River, our Canyon Country trip, our cruise to Hawaii, and our Off the Beaten Track with Larry Cantor to Italy. We'll be detailing all of this at the Stevie J Spring Travel Show, Tuesday, April 30th at 5 p.m. at the iHotel Conference Center in Champaign. Where do you want to go?
Hello, this is Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery. Our family started in the nursery business in 1865, and for 5 generations we've been growing trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals for Central Illinois. You hear about farm to table, but our family's been nursery to garden for 154 years. We have over 3,000 trees above ground ready to be planted, thousands of shrubs, 40,000 perennials, and hundreds of thousands of annuals, with most of it grown right here in Urbana. So come out and beat the May rush. Schedule a tree planting or have some rocker mulch delivered right to your driveway. You can find out all about our great products and great people at countryarbors.com.
Jared has hundreds of gifts you could get Mom this Mother's Day, like a tennis bracelet.
Aww.
Or a diamond necklace.
Thank you, sweetie.
But there's only one that will make her feel like this.
Yes!
With Jared's Diamond Price Match Guarantee, you can finally get Mom the one gift she's always wanted.
Oh, I love you so much.
For you to get engaged. Shop at a Jared store today and dare to be devoted.
We promise to match any price on a loose certified diamond of the same characteristics and quality from any other jewelry retailer as validated by Jared personnel in store. See jared.com/price match for details.
Welcome spring with free tomatoes from First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Get your 2 free super fantastic variety tomato plants Monday, May 6th at 1311 South Neal Street in Champaign or 301 West Springfield Avenue in Urbana. While supplies last, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Get what you want out of life. We look forward to seeing you on May 6th. Ask us about 30-day mortgage loan closings from a local community bank. 356bank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. NMLS 435120.
I think Ata's calling tomorrow.
Yes, but Jane DeLuce today.
Okay, that's could be even better.
Uh-huh.
No offense, Ata. I like Jane a lot. I sang at her wedding, for Pete's sake.
Oh, nice.
My last wedding.
First Federal tomato plants.
Well, I want a tomato plant.
Yeah.
That's the whole buttery nut part. I want one of those tomato plants. They produce great tomatoes.
I want that.
Yeah, Jane and Joe DeLuce, that was the last wedding I sang at, and I'm wondering if it was because all my friends quit getting married or I wasn't so good. So anyway, here's your weather.
We've got a high 62 expected today. Looks like PM thunderstorms is what they're putting on this. And now a flash flood watch starts at 10 o'clock tonight, runs through tomorrow at 7 p.m. That means we're we're getting a lot of precipitation in our area. Scattered shower and thunderstorm chance at 70% with a high 74 tomorrow. Also winds up to 25 miles per hour, 60 our low on Wednesday evening. Thursday, we've got thunderstorms and a high 73. Evening rain expected Friday with a high 66. All right, we're looking at Saturday's forecast.
Yeah, dirt cycle.
Partly cloudy.
Yes.
High 73.
Yes.
52 now, ESPN 93.5.
Talked about guns. I hear these shootings that I don't know what to do, so I always try and figure stuff out and try and invent new ways. That's kind of how I'm wired, and I don't have anything absolute for you. Divine intervention, the changing of man's heart. That's kind of my solution for terrorism, too. Okay, so any leftovers that I need to...
No, I think we got to all the texts.
All the texts came in about
back and forth on how we should handle mental illness.
And again, the mental illness thing, listen, if you've had a time where you had to be medicated or see a psychiatrist, so what? So what?
But that's not the view that Ryan said 30 years ago. I went to Carl Pavilion at 14.
You should be allowed a chance to struggle.
Still being denied.
But see, it's a 30-year and done. It's one and done. You ought to have a one and done, shouldn't you?
And then we had input from someone with the CDL saying we get a mental health card every year that has to be updated by a doctor. Why can't we do that for guns?
That's if you're a driver of a semi-trailer. So you have to go through a mental thing with a truck? Is that what he said?
So, yeah.
A CDL requires
you have to get a medical card to be able to drive a semi.
See, I missed that part of the text.
Okay.
So if I'm driving an 18-wheeler, I got to be evaluated yearly?
That's what it says.
And you're going, well, it's a big truck and they can call... Well, what about a gun?
Okay, not yearly.
Okay. I think that's a lot.
We require CDL drivers to get medical card to be able to drive a semi.
So that's a one.
Require a person who's been diagnosed to get something similar yearly for mental health professionals in order to keep their FOID card.
I don't think this can be like a flu shot, can it? You can't go into Walgreens and be evaluated. I mean, the mental illness thing, we don't talk about it. I'm telling you. And we're afraid of it. And it's a little scary because you don't know what somebody who's not exactly right might do. That's why when the police, and they're still under assault, people are ambushing police, some of those think, well, I'll be commended because we all know they're out to get us. Some people don't hear the words. That's why even Donald Trump, I totally think he should be careful what he says because some of the mental illness people.
Agreed.
It isn't good. And while I do agree, standing here as sane as the next guy maybe, that calling fake news, I think there's a lot of that. But some of the whacked out people are hearing that as go get them. Mm-hmm. You can't do that.
That's right.
Your words have power and everybody hears them. Mm-hmm. So it's a very complex life we live here. I mean, it's a luxury life. We're top 5% in the world as far as our living standards. We're spoiled. We're soft. I mean, we are. Mm-hmm. And we get distressed over the darndest things that really aren't problems.
Yep.
But there are problems because that's all we got because we're such a rich society.
Right.
Which is great. Wonderful. We ought to take a lot of that wealth and help others, and we're the most generous nation on earth. We're a great country that has done great things. But the fact that we have made mistakes, we have people within our country that continue to hammer us because of how evil we are and that we caused everything. And if we would just be socialists, it'd all be good. And as I stated yesterday, I'm kind of warming up to the socialism thing if I can be on the top 5 Politburo thing, if I can be the guy.
Yeah.
If you're making all the calls and you got your beach house.
Right.
I don't think it's a bad gig. The problem is the odds of me being one of the guys at 330 million people and 5 guys making all the decisions. Slim.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to check your sports. Cardinals are really playing good baseball. Cubs are in Seattle tonight. All that coming up next. 8:14. Text in if you'd like. 359-2255.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Will Kane. When soccer players flop around on the ground and act like they got shot by a sharpshooter in the crowd, it's not really the soccer player's fault. He's doing it because the ref's rewarding him. The only way to fix this behavior, the only way to fix flopping, the only way to fix intentionally trying to draw fouls is for the ref to stop calling it. It's not really on the player. It's on the ref. And if this is the first step, if playoff basketball is the first step to getting us back to a product that we want to see, a product that's not decided at the foul line, a product that doesn't reward flopping, then so be it. Let us call it step one. I can only hope that game 2 is not a step backwards. With makeup calls and James Harden on the line 30 times for the refs to fix perceived injustices in game 1.
Get more from Will Kane today from 3 to 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News, or on the ESPN app.
It's time for some straight talk. Picture this. Your favorite team is playing. You're streaming the game. 10 seconds left. Your team shoots. Oops, your data runs out.
Look, don't let that happen. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get 25 gigs of high-speed data, all on America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks.
Join Team Straight Talk and get unlimited talk and text plus 25 gigs of high-speed data for just $45 a month.
Straight Talk Wireless, everything for less, only at Walmart.
First 25 gigs at high speed, then 2G. See terms at straighttalk.com.
Every morning, the McDonald's kitchen is a symphony. A sizzling, toasty McMuffin symphony. Cue the eggs. While other grab-and-go breakfast sandwiches are kind of one note. It's time to wake up breakfast. Wake up your breakfast with a fresh cracked egg on every McMuffin sandwich every day at McDonald's.
At Honda BMW, they believe in letting you make the choice when you're ready. And now you don't even need to come into their award-winning dealership to buy your car if you don't want to. Just go to drivechampagne.com, click on the type of vehicle you're interested in, and look to the right-hand side of the page. It says Express Purchase. That means you can buy a car on your computer right now, only at the award-winning Honda BMW Express Purchase. Go to drivechampagne.com. All right, ESPN 93.5, where it is 8:16. I guess we should talk to Jane while she's...
yeah. Are you in a hurry? I'm good. Okay,
well,
let's
do
ours.
This is sports.
Let's
do a quick... All right, let's do the sports headlines. Diane Ducey.
All right, we had the St. Louis Cardinals winning over the Washington Nationals. That final was 6-3. Their fifth inning was hot. Have we got your Redbird recap?
How about if we just give you a few highlights?
Okay.
Listen to John. I love John Rooney. I think he sounds so good on radio.
Corbin's next pitch. Bader hits it hard, deep right center field. That's hit way back toward the wall, and it is out of here. A home run. Harrison Bader with his third home run of the year, and the Cardinals are down by 2. There's a lift from Michael Walker. 2-1 for Ozuna with the bases loaded. The pitch. High, and the ball goes off the catcher's mitt. Gomes couldn't catch it. Safe at the plate. Matt Carpenter scores. The Cardinals are down by a run. 3-2, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch. Ozuna hits it hard up the middle. Base hit to center field.
How good does John Rooney sound, man?
Awesome.
Cardinals win 6-3, and they're 3 now ahead of the Cubs in Milwaukee in the NL Central.
Nice. Well, 6:05 today, you'll hear the action against the Washington Nationals here on ESPN 93.5. We've got the Cubs on US 105.9 tonight. They'll start up a series from Seattle with a 9-10 start. Chicago White Sox hosting Baltimore again this evening. 5-3 was the finals with the White Sox on top yesterday. 7-10 start today. Our Illini baseball team is in action. Last time they played the Salukis, it was a sweep earlier this year. We are 28-14 on the season, and we're at Carbondale to face SIU.
Yeah.
The softball team has moved up their game to 3 o'clock in hopes to avoid the rain. They're playing DePaul this afternoon, if you'd like to check that out. NBA playoffs are going up. Nuggets are up with their 121-113 win over Portland yesterday, and Philadelphia's 76ers beat Toronto onto the Stanley Cup playoffs in the second round in NHL action. St. Louis Blues fans are happy about their win over the Dallas Stars 4-3 yesterday. Now the Blues lead that series 2-1. That's essentially sports. I was excited about STM's new volleyball coach, Kelly McClure.
Yeah, she'll be great. All right, let's check your weather.
All right, we've got a chance for showers. We're thinking late on this, and a high around 70, down to around 68 this evening. Temperatures not fluctuating much. We've got a high temperature of 74 tomorrow, down to around 60. Chance of rain at 70%. There's an 80% chance of thunderstorms Thursday with a high 73. But partly cloudy over the weekend as we get up to around 67. 51 now on ESPN 93.5.
Jane DeLuce, we're not talking about Convention and Visitors Bureau stuff here. Nothing about champagne except we're talking about plants.
Yeah, Kappa flower sale.
That is like my third favorite sorority, by the way.
Well, I'm glad it's in the top three.
Chi Omega, Tri Delta, and now you.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
It isn't Sue Fitzgerald.
Susan Fitzgerald, yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, I was here. The quick story. I was at the Kappa House, 1984, helping Sue Jorgensen at the time.
I was there as well, yes.
That time?
And I was in the house. I was a year behind her.
You're probably in the next darn room. Anyway, I brought my records. And I was helping her make a music, and back in the day I had to splice tape and put tape on them and stuff. I was helping her make a music something for a slideshow. And I was with her, and I got a call that Janet had fallen at Spalding Pool and broken her ankle.
Uh-oh.
Thus, giving me time to spend time with her because she couldn't lifeguard anymore. And that was it. We were engaged in 2 months.
Wow.
How about that Kappa Gamma story?
All right. It's like 2 degrees of separation. It always goes back to Kappa Gamma.
Kappa Gamma has raised so much money.
Yeah, I think it's a kudos to these ladies. So there's a group of ladies from this area, alums, that 50 years ago started this flower sale in the garage.
50 years ago.
50 years ago.
This year is 50?
This is 50, yeah. Wow. And these ladies, a lot of them are still involved, and they've worked every single sale for 50 years. And they did it. Their husbands helped deliver the flowers. They didn't have very many orders. Now you fast forward 50 years, and you're doing it at Indian Acres. You're bringing in lots of people. You're bringing in thousands of dollars. So, yeah, over $103,000 is given back to the community. So a part of the profits will go to a local charity. So we've done the Linda Mills Breast Cancer Institute. The garden that's there was from us. Wow. The Daily Bread, the soup kitchen, when they created their new kitchen, we were a big part of that project. And this year, in memory of Roseanne Knoll, who everybody knows the Knowles in this area, we're giving the profits to the Roseanne Knoll Education Center at Cunningham Children's Home.
Nice.
And so it's a really cool, it's bittersweet because Roseanne was such a wonderful, wonderful woman, part of the beginning of the sale. So it seemed like a natural to be able to give back to that. So whether you're a gardener or not, you can come by and get your flowers, whether it's your impatiens or your geraniums or, marigolds, whatever it might be.
Hanging baskets, herbs, potted plants.
Or if you don't even have a yard, they have those 12-inch patio gardens.
Yes.
For sun or for shade, and you can put those on your patio. I do that every year.
Okay.
It's a great way to just get your summer, flowers that you need and give back to a really nice cause.
And when and where?
It is at Indian Acres, May 2nd from 12 to 4. May 3rd on Friday from 10 to 5, and then on Saturday, May 4th from 9 to 12.
Okay.
And if you don't know your flowers, like if you don't know whether you need a sun or a shade, the ladies there that are working are all really good gardeners, so they can give you advice on what to pick up.
Cash, check, or charge?
Cash or check.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Again, it starts Thursday. Indian Acres is at Prospect and Kirby.
Yes.
Well, Jane DeLuce, keep up your fine work. Not only are you active in our Champaign-Urbana community and help us all make more money, but you're philanthropic, too.
That's right.
Try to be. It's about the people.
The Toast to Tourism is coming up in May.
Yeah, Toast to Tourism coming up May 15th, Wednesday, May 15th at the iHotel and Conference Center. So we're very excited about that. We get a chance to talk about the year and all the great things that have happened in the community.
Awesome.
How is my legendary friend and mentor, Jim Turpin, doing, your dad?
He is doing well. In fact, you were talking about sports. We went to the Illini tennis banquet last night.
He loves tennis.
He loves tennis.
He's good. He was good at tennis, too.
Oh, my gosh.
He
and my brother both were really good. They played doubles. They both played singles for years and won tournaments.
Yeah.
So they were.
Dan was real good.
Dan was real good. He played in high school.
But your dad could bring it back.
Oh, he could. Yeah, he could hold his own.
That's
great. Illini tennis home this weekend.
Yeah, big,
we're hosting the first 2 rounds of NCAA, so
nice.
It's good place to be.
And of course, Illinois Marathon was a good time for
Illinois
everybody.
Marathon was phenomenal, even with a few raindrops at the end. I think so many people give us feedback about how they love coming to this community, and the race is well run. I mean, hats off to Gian Seeley and Mike Lindemann and the race committee and the thousands of volunteers that participate. But every time we talk to people and say, "Why do you keep coming back?" and they go, "Because everybody here is so nice to us."
Just real quick, Young Life has a golf tournament too.
I know.
Friday morning.
Yes,
Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
Friday
let's
see how busy you
pack
are.
one more thing in.
Young Life at Stone Creek on Friday. If you can still get a foursome and help a great ministry in Young Life. Jane DeLuce, do people know that you ran the Olympics? They don't know that.
I don't know. That was
That's
a
what
long
I
time
remember.
ago. Yeah, that was.
I didn't realize that.
She dug swimming pools for the Olympics. She was in charge of that. In fact, I think
my shovel.
I think she ran the thing. And
was that the Atlanta?
No,
the Atlanta. I was the director of aquatics.
She was.
Yes.
I kind of think she ran it. Anyway, she's just humble.
Okay. He's my agent.
No,
so
I mean it. I mean it. Jane, thank you.
Thank you.
Great to see
Appreciate
you.
it.
Jane DeLuce, ESPN 93.5.
Have you taken advantage of earning $250 from the U of I Community Credit Union? Think of all the things you can do with an extra $250. Take a family road trip, improve your landscaping, or just save it for a rainy day. Open a new checking account and get $100 cash. Then open a new Illini Visa Rewards card and get $150 cash. This offer won't be around for long, so take advantage today. Some restrictions apply. Get up to $250 with qualifying activities. The possibilities are endless when you bank with us.
Spilled your red wine? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker and is 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand, so you can get back on track quicker. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Racing action returns to the Farmer City Raceway Thursday, May 9th through Friday, May 10th with the Farmer City 74. General admission free on Thursday for the Tesson Tune Plus Dash for cash. Then Friday, $25 admission for adults. Kids 12 and under free. 2-day pit passes on sale for $65. On Friday, it's $10,000 to win with Mars late models, $2,000 to win with modifieds, and $1,000 to win with crates. Gates open both days at 4 p.m. May 9th and 10th at the Farmer City Raceway, where they'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Spilled your red wine? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker and is 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand, so you can get back on track quicker. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens. And they need people who can keep up. With the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
Need a refrigerator? You go to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. It's fun to talk about them because they got so many things to offer. They're in Champaign. They're also Bloomington, Springfield, and Decatur. They offer discount pricing on your Maytag or Electrolux, Bosch, Frigidaire. They carry a lot of them.
Yeah.
Low prices, best selection of appliances in Central Illinois. They've been doing this and only this since 1977, so 42 years for the Ricans with Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Plus, you can receive the famous 10-year protection plan.
Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, the place you'll want to visit. We're remodeling. You get your quality. And the thing you're going to like that's really different in today's day is they'll say, "May I help you?" They know their product. That's really cool. Well, what does this do? Well, what's the benefit of this for $200 more than this for $200 less? Well, you won't just, well, there's less bells and whistles. And will it wash the dishes? Oh, yeah. And you'll install? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Well, appliance-world.com to get started. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World on Neal. You drive Neal. Before you get to the mall, before you get to I-74 on the right-hand side of the road.
That's right.
It's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
That's what they say. Appliance-world.com. Okay, 829-359-2255 to text in. We talked a lot about guns this morning. Some interesting comments and mental illness and who decides what and all these other things where you have a problem with that because a lot of this is very subjective as to what rules and things should be when you have gun ownership. And I've proposed that there's far more mental illness and issues in our society than we want to admit or talk about because it's uncomfortable, because you get a stigma if you're ever on medication or nobody better talk about anything. When in reality, what's the number? I mean, how many people have really needed somebody? Half of us? 3/4 of us? We all struggle a little bit.
Sure.
You all have ups and downs, and some people deal with them differently.
We've got a bounty reward program in our own area that has yielded just recently 10 handguns, 2 shotguns, and a semi-automatic rifle. And that's ongoing if you'd like to call Crime Stoppers about that. 373-TIPS.
And that's all good. But if you give out 7 guns out of 1,000, it's a start. There's just a lot. And they're being replenished. There's just a lot. But, yeah, sure. 359-2255. If you'd like to chime in, we'll be right back. ESPN 93.5. It is the last day of April, my friends. Tomorrow you start your month with a 5. We'll be right back.
Fox News. I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump takes aim at Deutsche Bank and Capital One with a lawsuit to prevent them from responding to congressional subpoenas for information about his finances. That suit filed by the president, his private company and children, Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, who tells Fox and Friends,
"We're under total siege from all of these people from every angle. All it is presidential harassment. We have to fight back."
House Democrats say they're just performing their oversight duties. The family of Mark Domingo, the Army vet suspected of plotting terror attacks in California, saying they're surprised by his arrest, also asking for privacy.
Domingo allegedly talked about bombing the busy Santa Monica Pier and then settled on attacking a planned white nationalist rally due to take place in Long Beach this past weekend.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt, and leading Tony Award nominations, Hadestown, with 14 nods. This is Fox News.
Mother's Day is around the corner, and it's a great time to give that Fox News fan in your life the greatest gift of all, Fox News gear. Go to shop.foxnews.com and use code RADIO at checkout for free shipping on your first order, now through May 12th. Fox News t-shirts, hats, mugs, backpacks, and so much more. That's shop.foxnews.com. And be sure to use code RADIO at checkout for free shipping on your first order, now through May 12th. Happy Mother's Day from Fox News Channel.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Champaign County Courthouse is getting new lockers for visitors. The county's facilities director has ordered 24 lockers that'll be installed next to the parking pay station. This is on the east side of the courthouse. They'll be ready to use in about a month. Users will put in a quarter, put the items in, turn the key, lock the locker, then take the key with them. The Champaign County Sheriff a month ago had said he planned to suspend the use of lockers in the lobby of the sheriff's office as of May 1st because of safety reasons. He agreed to let those lockers be used until these new ones go in. Champaign County Crime Stoppers is looking for nominations for the Dave Benton Crime Fighter Award. They'll take nominations until June 1st. They're looking for someone who's involved in an activity or program to help to stop a crime. For more information, go to 373tips.com. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Here we see the gardening and plant novice. His plants are turning the most awful shade of brown. Oh goodness, it looks as if he is overwatering his flowers. This is a dire situation.
Hi, I'm Marianne, Prairie Gardens plant expert. Whether you're new to gardening, like this guy, or a master gardener, we're here to help you with all your garden questions. Come find me and the rest of the PG plant experts in the greenhouses today at Prairie Gardens, Springfield and Duncan, Champaign.
We alarm our houses. And we alarm our cars. But when it comes to your personal information, it can be tough to know when something isn't right. That's where Discover Card can help. Now, we'll send you an alert if we find your social security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And this service is free for card members. Just sign up online. It's our way of looking out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply.
Baseball season just started, and I'm looking forward to seeing how those big-time free agents impact their new franchises. And if you're a small business owner, there's no better place to find the impact hire to help your business than LinkedIn. LinkedIn Jobs takes the time to learn more about who you're looking for and then recommends qualified candidates from their community of engaged and career-minded people, candidates who you likely won't be able to reach anywhere else. The truth is, over 70% of the U.S. workforce is on LinkedIn. And posting your job on LinkedIn gives you the best chance of finding and starting a conversation with your next star recruit. It's no surprise a new hire is made every 8 seconds using LinkedIn. So build your winning team by posting a job on LinkedIn and visit linkedin.com/sports to get $50 off your first job post. That's linkedin.com/sports for $50 off your first job post. linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 10 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. And we are looking forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign or call 217-366-3456 or find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Today's high 62, mild today, down to around 60 this evening. 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially later. 74 the high tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorm chance at 70%. 60 our low in the evening. 73 the high on Thursday with an 80% chance of rain again. In fact, the National Weather Service has put a flash flood watch in effect from tonight at 10 p.m. until Wednesday, May 1st at 7 p.m. Right now, the temperature is at 52 on ESPN 93.5.
Every month we salute someone in law enforcement, and this month it's Sergeant Andrew Good. Graduated Muhammad Seymour in 1999, went to the Marine Corps. So he has served our country. Now he's serving us. It's Sergeant Andrew Good. Andrew, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Shout out to the kids.
My daughter, she is in 7th grade at Muhammad Seymour. Her name is Taylor. And my son, his name is Drew. He's in 3rd grade.
Your wife is an emergency room nurse. It's great to have somebody that knows medical in the home, huh?
Absolutely. Comes in very useful.
Yeah. Why did you want to serve as a law enforcement guy? You went to Moultrie, Douglas County, I think Moultrie County?
I got my start in Moultrie County. Obviously went in the Marine Corps right after high school. I was in the Marine Corps. When I got out, I knew I wanted to get into law enforcement, trying to get my foot in the door wherever, and eventually came to Champaign County and Corrections, and then went to law enforcement in 2006.
Law Enforcement Official of the Month brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
At Busey, it's not just about doing business, but doing good. Supporting the arts, advocating for our youth, and helping those in need. That's been our promise since we opened our doors more than 150 years ago, and it remains our promise today. Supporting our neighbors leads to vibrant, thriving communities, the places we're proud to call home. Busey, fulfilling dreams since 1868. Member FDIC.
Okay, what did the texter say?
We got a text in that says you have to have a physical exam every 3 years for a CDL. Their annual mental health questions. There are annual mental health questions.
So mental health meaning fill this out and send it back?
Maybe so.
Wow. I mean, what good is that? Right?
Right.
Are you feeling this and this, and you are, and you're not going to say it, are you?
Right.
Because you might lose your CDL.
I know.
Okay, well, they're attempting to keep, because we were talking about guns and mentally ill and all these other things.
And when it comes to your Ford card, how long should that be? If you've gone for a long time, maybe you had an issue earlier on in life.
Right. And I suggested that it can't be a hiccup. It can't be something that happened and you're doing great.
That prevents people from getting help.
Yeah.
If
well,
they
sure.
think that it's going to harm
that's
their chances.
What prevent, and when we talk about guns and the shootings and all these, that's how we got here. A lot of texts this morning about, what to do. And I'm kind of, it started because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who I think's a leftist, said expanded background checks, and I thought it was a good idea, and I was freaking out because I agreed with her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how we got here. So when you're talking about mental illness, you can't talk about it because you won't get any job or you won't get any this. You got to not know because we tie this thing at, when in reality, I would say most of the country has probably talked to somebody at one time. It's just a lot going on, and then there's a lot. Again, I know for a fact the jails, that's where they generally end up. They're not right. What do you do with them? There's no other place. That's the problem. Well, what do you do? What, build $1 billion building and have about 100 people that need help? That's only 100. We probably got, how many in Champaign County would need help if we had it? I mean, to be hundreds, right?
I mean, when it comes to our homeless community, there's 600 there.
Well, how many mentally ill or mentally in need people in Champaign County, if we have 150,000 people, I mean, it's not 500. I mean, there's probably more than that. So it's a huge, huge issue. Families have people in their families. So if every family has somebody, how many is that? It's a lot. But we can't talk about it because it's one of those. It's just one of those things.
And should the police have a mental health warrant to investigate some of this psychologists and what they're doing with these people who are committing these murders, and shootings, mass shootings.
And again, as a texter said earlier, don't confuse mental illness with pure evil. And I do believe there is pure evil. But anything that is done that's atrocious, we don't see that as sane. They must be mental, right? We attach that. Right. 359-2255, 841 ESPN 93.5.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands. Summer's coming, and if your air conditioning isn't working properly, here's a great offer from Lands. For a limited time, we're offering instant rebates up to $1,000 or special long-term financing with approved credit on qualifying train systems. That's $1,000 in instant rebates or special financing. Call Lands for details or find us online at landsinc.com. And remember, it's hard to stop a train. Any season, any time, you can count on Lands.
See Lands or visit train.com for complete program eligibility dates, details, and restrictions.
It won't be long until your Illini memories begin to fade. As a graduate, your accomplishments will continue lifelong. Game Day Spirit Fan Store lets you show your Illini pride with alumni apparel like t-shirts, sweatshirts, and quarter zips emblazoned with the Illinois logo. As you enter the working world, business wear tagged with the Illini signature, including polos and dress shirts, are perfect for your new job. Departing campus life in Champaign-Urbana, Game Day Spirit's shopping experience can always stay with you at GameDaySpirit.com. Remember, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini, because you're always an Illini.
Here's Tony Romo for Skechers Slip-On Footwear.
I like to make my life easy. I got a car that can drive itself, a robot that vacuums my whole house.
Carpet has been cleaned.
And Skechers slip-ons. They don't have laces, so I can just slip them on and off with ease. And they take comfort to another level. They're flexible, breathable, and have Skechers air-cooled memory foam. Plus, they come in a wide variety of current styles. Skechers slip-ons. You'll never want to wear anything else.
Try Skechers slip-ons with air-cooled memory foam today. Skechers, comfort included.
Hi, it's Stevie J. When I needed a new roof, I called Roof Doctors. Actually called a lot of roofing companies to get estimates. But I felt great talking to Randy. I felt that he was honest, reliable, and affordable, and I felt I could trust him. You know what? I was right. They did a terrific job. After they did my roof, I had them do my mom's roof. You know how much you have to like a company to recommend to your mom? With 30 years of experience and the best warranties, call today for a free estimate at 328-7529 or go to roofdoctorsco.com.
The thing I love about Prairie Gardens is the unique assortment of their clothing and their jewelry line.
I don't know who the buyer is, but I've got the same taste apparently. And the prices are on point. It's nothing too expensive.
Clothes are comfortable and very flattering, and just stylistically, a little bit different than what you can get at the other shops in town.
For an ever-changing selection of trendy and affordable outfits, go to Prairie Gardens at 3000 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
All right, Jeremy Warner's show will be coming up, top of the hour, 8:43. Quick check of our sports.
All right, our Illini in action in Carbondale to face SIU. We are 28-14 on the season. We had good luck earlier in the year against the Salukis with a sweep. Our Illinois softball hosting DePaul. That's been moved up to 3 o'clock with that start. Chicago White Sox over Baltimore 5-3 yesterday. Game at 7:10 on Chicago's South Side today. Tim Anderson with the 2-run homer that was helping the White Sox with that 5-3 win. Chicago Cubs had the day off yesterday. An interleague series starting up in Seattle. 9:10 start on US 105.9. Go Cubs. The Cardinals beat the Washington Nationals. That makes it 3 straight. Michael Wacha with the start and win. The 5th inning was the one that sealed the deal for the Cardinals. 6-3 winners. 6:05 start today on ESPN 93.5. St. Louis Blues over Dallas 4-3. They're leading that series 2-1 in that St. Thomas More. Their new head volleyball coach is Kelly McClure. Used to be Kelly Shore on our Illini volleyball team. And her husband, Brian, a baseball player, is probably assisting in some kind of way, I would think.
Support.
Exactly.
It's support.
Thank you.
Kelly knows how to coach. She took St. Matthews to the state title. Her daughter, Anna, Brian and Kelly's daughter, Anna, is a fine player as a freshman, really good. And off they go. Kelly McClure, I think it's a great choice for STM volleyball. It's a really good program. Stan Bergman went back to Muhammad to be home and coach that team. Okay, 8:45.
Hi, I'm Habib, and this is your Motivational Minute. We can tell whether a person is clever by their answers. We can tell whether a person is wise by their questions. We aren't crazy about know-it-alls. We may be impressed by the depth of their knowledge, and we may have to concede that they are well-educated. But those who, through their questions, show that they are still searching for answers, that their minds are open to new ideas, those often impress us more. They may hold strong opinions, but they listen to ours. They may talk about themselves, but they'd rather ask us about talking about ourselves. The best scientists and explorers have attributes of kids. They ask questions and have a sense of wonder. They have curiosity. They never stop asking questions. We get wise by asking questions, because asking questions is one of the best ways to learn. Let's be smart enough to know that we don't know everything, that asking good questions says a lot about what we do know. I'm Habib, and this was your Motivational Minute, brought to you by BPC and A&R Mechanic.
We alarm our houses, and we alarm our cars. But when it comes to your personal information, it can be tough to know when something isn't right. That's where Discover Card can help. Now, we'll send you an alert if we find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And this service is free for card members. Just sign up online. It's our way of looking out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply.
Time to get on the golf course, enjoy the outdoors, and meet other members in the community. Join Champaign County Young Life on Friday, May 3rd for their annual golf tournament at Stone Creek Golf Club in Urbana. All money raised at this event will go toward ministry in Champaign County. Interested in golfing or becoming a corporate sponsor? Sign up today at il19.younglife.org. Registration, a putting contest, and silent auction starts at 11 a.m. And each golfer will receive 18 holes of golf, lunch by Jimmy John's, and can enter to win raffle items. Once again, that's il19.younglife.org. Brought to you by Castle Heating and Cooling, Bromley Hall, Martin Hood, Busey Bank, Connor Company, your local Rheem HVAC distributor, Jimmy John's, Heath A. Grody DMD and Jason Foreman DDS, by Charles Schwab, Arthur Gallagher, Marine Bank, Meyer Capel, Cannon Cochran Management Services, and Pepsi Cola Champaign County. Stevie J Broadcasting is a proud supporter of this event and Champaign County Young Life. Somebody named Williamson is running for president? I don't know who these people are anymore.
A couple of dozen to speak of, right?
It's over 20, but I saw a Williamson, a woman. You got me.
Okay.
Andrew Yang is a candidate, and I heard California guy, pretty smart. It's another name we don't know. Okay, weather.
We've got a high 62 expected, down to 58 this evening. Chance of precipitation 80%. Flash flood watch starts at 10 p.m. tonight, goes through 7 p.m. tomorrow. Scattered showers in the forecast as we start May tomorrow with a high 74, down to around 60. Winds as high as 25 miles per hour. Thunderstorms in the forecast Thursday too, with a high 73. We're currently at 52 on ESPN 93.5.
There's nothing small about your business. Your impact on the community has made a huge difference. As a thank you during Small Business Month, Dell is offering up to 45% off select computers with Intel Core processors. Plus, get a free external hard drive with select PC purchases. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with a small business technology advisor today. It's 877-BUY-DELL for tech advice and one-on-one partnership.
The parking lot sales event coming to Durst Cycle Champaign location Saturday, May 4th, 9 to 5. Unbelievable prices. Durst, since 1935, stands for quality. They have a fully staffed sales and service department to make sure you have the right bicycle for you, new, used, and everything in between. It's their parking lot sales event Saturday, May 4th, 9 to 5, Durst Cycle Champaign location, 1201 South Mattis in Champaign.
Liberty Mutual Insurance presents
and Doug.
Limu, there's a woman threatening to sign up for generic car insurance. Grab your birdseed and let's go.
I'm going to sign these papers right here, right now.
Ma'am, drop the pen. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Thanks, Limu, Emu, and Doug.
Don't thank us, thank Liberty Mutual. But also thank us.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer. State laws apply.
The fact is, over 1 million children around the world under the age of 5 die each year in 40 countries from simple causes.
And you can help bring that number down.
With a simple $50 donation to missionmatch.org, you can change children's lives through churches in the name of Jesus Christ, and it's even tax deductible.
There's a lot you cannot do. You can do this.
Go to missionmatch.org and make a difference in young people's lives today.
Mission Match is a work of Empty Tomb Incorporated.
Hey, I'm Joel Kuski with Kuski Landscaping. Listen, the number one reason that people contact us is because they have no idea how to make sense of their outdoor space.
You know, I think that Joel had a vision before we did, which helped out enormously. Because I'm the kind of guy that probably doesn't quite get it until I see it. And by having that computer imaging that he has was super helpful because he could visualize it, put it on a computer, and then show us what it would look like.
Kuski.com, that's KOUSKI.com.
When servicing your vehicle, Midas covers you with ASC certified technicians installing the right parts at a competitive price. Owner and manager Dave Peters' crew has the skill to save you time and money on repairs. Quality services standard at your Urbana Midas store, ensuring your satisfaction. Get an oil change, engine and transmission work, brake service, tires and alignment, batteries, and of course, mufflers and exhaust. See Midas for manufacturer's scheduled maintenance for all makes. Service? It's spelled MIDAS. They're on West University, Urbana. A pipe burst and the basement begins to fill, putting the picture albums and the family heirlooms in danger. You can't plan on it, but you can plan for it by making sure you're ready for whatever happens with Serve Pro of Champaign-Urbana at 355-0077. With their mobile site at ServeProChampaignUrbana.com bookmarked, the 355-0077 programmed into your phone. When the things that matter most are on the line, you'll know that they are too. Make sure you're ready by planning with the trusted professionals of Serve Pro of Champaign-Urbana. Like it never even happened.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery. Our family started in the nursery business in 1865, and for 5 generations we've been growing trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals for Central Illinois. You hear about farm to table, but our family's been nursery to garden for 154 years. We have over 3,000 trees above ground ready to be planted, thousands of shrubs, 40,000 perennials, and hundreds of thousands of annuals, with most of it grown right here in Urbana. So come out and beat the May rush. Schedule a tree planting or have some rocker mulch delivered right to your driveway. You can find out all about our great products and great people at countryarbors.com.
Diane saw in game.
I did.
And you just popped in, sat on the end, didn't care where your seat was.
That's right.
Because not very many people are like that. They like to sit in.
I know that.
I mean, Austin Berkland was sitting in a seat he didn't like and waited to the 2 a.m. showing because he didn't want a bad seat. So there's differences in opinion on
yeah.
But you didn't care.
I didn't care.
Uh-huh.
So and I came in right at the beginning. I didn't see any previews.
No previews because The Rock's got a new movie out. And it's pretty much the same.
Exactly.
He's holding on to the end of a helicopter with his bulging muscles.
Uh-huh.
I look in the mirror, I do not see that.
I saw Dwayne Johnson when he was at the Assembly Hall back in the day as a wrestler.
Okay. Well, you know, he has a huge Twitter following. Apparently his workout and his diet's stupid good.
Okay.
But that's all he does.
Yeah.
Lift weights.
I know.
But he has to look like that.
That's right.
And then I'm sure they have weights, and pump, and then go do the scene. And the green screen, and then they pretend he's holding onto a helicopter.
Sure.
Can I do that?
I know. And a lot of that, obviously, in Endgame, too. Really cool to watch.
Yeah, but so your impression was great. We can't even really, I don't really talk about a few of the scenes because it might give you something.
You're right.
So we're kind of hanging low, but.
And even though when I hadn't seen it and I was saying some things, you were like, I didn't know what I was saying. Now I see it now that I was kind of, leading people
Well, I don't even want
to even know.
But be warned. that next week we'll probably talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
I probably still would never give the ending, but it's some of the scenes and some of the idiots. Because if you don't see it by next week, you probably don't care. Because people are rushing to see it, so they don't hear it before.
That's right.
The ones that really, really, really want to know have already gone. Mm-hmm. The ones that are kind of lukewarm are going this week.
That's right.
Next week are the people going, I never saw any of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some people that take pride in never have seen any of them.
That's right.
And they don't want to see any of them.
All 22 of them now for me.
Yeah.
So in any case, and I feel like it could be a standalone movie. You wouldn't be totally lost. But there are some character things that are going on that kind of come to fruition in this movie.
If you're into Endgame, the Avengers Endgame, they thread everything beautifully.
It's great.
I mean, it's amazing writing, but that's the consistency, as my kids point out, of having the same producer, director, writers, the same guys through the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And you look at the credits, there's thousands of people.
Wow, couldn't believe that.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Enjoy the day.
And I'll see people today at the Stevie J Travel Spring Travel Show today, Iowa Hotel, 5 o'clock. Come on out, it's free.
That's right.
I got cookies I paid for, coffee, water.
20% off
and 20% off Hula. Yep, go to Houlihan's for 20% off thanks to Sam. But I'll see you at the travel show, 5 o'clock, Houlihan's, Iowa Hotel Conference Center. Jeremy Warner Show next. I'm Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Have a great Tuesday.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dragging your big, bulky CPAP device with you whenever you leave home? Yeah, well, I was too. That's why I'm so glad I called to try the Transcend Mini CPAP for 10 nights. I can't imagine living without it now. My Transcend Mini CPAP is about as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. That's less hassle to carry than my shaving kit. Plus, I was able to add a battery pack that's as tiny as a deck of cards. And that's not all. Transcend Mini CPAP is FAA compliant too, which means I can finally sleep comfortably while flying. Heck, I can sleep comfortably anywhere now. If that all sounds good to you, give the Transcend Mini CPAP a try. You'll be glad you did.
Try the Transcend Mini CPAP risk-free and sleep comfortably for 10 restful nights since there's a money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-345-9988. That's 1-800-345-9988. 1-800-345-9988.
Hi, this is Eric Bowen with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 10 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of our current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign or call 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Need an oil change? See your Champaign and Danville CarX man. Right now at CarX Tire and Auto, get a full-service oil change starting at $19.99 with tire rotation and brake inspection. From oil changes to engine repair and everything in between, CarX Tire and Auto has been serving customers for over 40 years now with 12 Central Illinois locations. CarX has the right oil for your vehicle. And now for just $19.99. Stop in, call, or schedule online at CarX.com.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
Think Rosati's Pizza for lunch or dinner today. We recently did a taste testing, and the people eating were pleased to say the least.
Oh my gosh, look at my plate. Ooh, look at that.
This is the money. That was good.
Stop by Rosati's Pizza today and you'll be pleased too. Wings, pasta, pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. Make it Rosati's Pizza for lunch or dinner. 701 South Gregory, Urbana.
We started 5 years ago in March, actually. So we're 5 years in the business, kind of taking our passion to grow the business. Everybody that we hire is good with people, good with customers. Everyone cares about the work they're doing, especially in storm situations as well. I always recommend using local contractors, guys that are there after the storm. When they call Freedom Roofing, you get an answered phone call, quick service. We follow up with the customers after the job. Our final job cleanup is second to none. Find me at freedomchampagne.com.
Why? That's a question I have for you listeners out there. Why are you putting up with a bad lawn? Your lawn can be an integral part of your property. Be proud of having the greenest lawn in your neighborhood. Be proud of the lack of weeds in your yard. Let Spring Green put in the work so you can be prideful of your lawn. Spring Green Lawn Care offers the best value and plan specifically designed for the condition of your turf by their local professionals. Try the Central Illinois leaders in lawn care. Go to Spring Green's website today, spring-green.com, or give them a call at 359-2111.
Right now at CVS Pharmacy,
you can earn up to 50 extra bucks rewards each year just for filling prescriptions. Which means the medicines you take to stay healthy might also do a little something for the health of your wallet. So visit your local CVS pharmacy to sign up and start earning up to 50 extra bucks rewards on prescriptions. Terms and conditions apply. Not valid on all prescriptions, including those purchased in Arkansas, New Jersey, or New York. Other state restrictions apply. See cvs.com/RX rewards or the pharmacy for details.
If your engine or transmission isn't running the way it should and you're not prepared to invest cash in a different vehicle, Long's Garage in Urbana puts miles back into the one you're driving by installing a Jasper remanufactured engine or transmission. Jasper Engines and Transmissions backs their products with a nationwide 3-year, 100,000-mile parts and labor warranty. Call Long's Garage in Urbana at 367-3942 and ask for a Jasper remanufactured product.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery. Our family started in the nursery business in 1865, and for 5 generations we've been growing trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals for Central Illinois. You hear about farm to table, but our family's been nursery to garden for 154 years. We have over 3,000 trees above ground ready to be planted, thousands of shrubs, 40,000 perennials, and hundreds of thousands of annuals, with most of it grown right here in Urbana. So come out and beat the May rush. Schedule a tree planting or have some rocker mulch delivered right to your driveway. You can find out all about our great products and great people at countryarbors.com.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dragging your big, bulky CPAP device with you whenever you leave home?